Hi, welcome back to another episode of Inside Transportation, only on Road Grit TV. I'm your host, as always, Matt Monero, founder and president of Road Grit TV. Look, we love the trucking industry, as you know. Road Grit TV is designed to inform, educate, and entertain the transportation industry by bringing on smart, talented, insightful guests. Today we have Carolyn O'Byrne. Carolyn is the founder of Life Coach Service. But guess what? She's also the author of a new book called Gut Instinct. Carolyn, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you, Matt.
Well, it's my pleasure to have you back on the show. Last time we were talking more about Life Coach Service. Today we're talking about the latest endeavor that you've taken on, which is writing a book. Tell us a little bit about the book and what started it, what made you decide to become an author.
Well, living the life of a trucker's wife in the trucking industry, I have seen the many, many unique issues that drivers face out there that seem to be magnified beyond the typical average citizen of this country. And I wanted to address them because I think drivers are very left out. They're not recognized. They don't have the resources that many other people have. And so I wrote this for drivers, to drivers, although this information can help anybody. You don't have to be a driver to get some good help and insight from my book. But I wanted the drivers to know that there are people on their side. There are people who care about them and that want to help them with their many unique situations that arise from being in that truck day in and day out.
Well, what's your husband's health like? Is he a healthy eater? Is he not a healthy eater?
He does pretty good. He doesn't always do exactly what I say, but he does a pretty good job. He's pretty good with how he does things. He knows what to do anyway.
But he could potentially be a rarity in the transportation space. I mean, eating on the road for a trucker is a hard thing to master because the truck stops really don't offer. I know they've gotten better over the last couple of years, but in general, they really don't cater to healthy eating.
That's right. It's very difficult to find healthy choices out there.
And so you decided to come up with a concept, a theory, a hypothesis that the gut, the stomach, is where so many of our health problems originate. Expand on that a little bit. Where did that idea originate and come from?
Well, since I'm not a scientist, I'm not the one that actually originated the idea, but I did take it and run with it. Because of personal experience with health issues and gut issues, my children having health issues and gut issues, I discovered that was the key. That was the key to all of the issues, the diseases, the feeling bad emotionally and physically. It not only affects your physical health, it affects your emotional health. Because what people don't realize is there are more neurons in your gut than there are in your brain and spine. And if your gut is not in good shape, if you can imagine all those neurons in there that are the feel-good neurons not being able to work correctly, that's why we don't feel well. We don't feel well because our physical body is struggling to survive in the state that it's in with what we're putting in it. And we don't feel well emotionally because the neurons and the serotonin, most people know about serotonin. That's the feel-good chemical that our body makes that makes us get up and be happy and feel like having a great day. And serotonin is predominantly produced in our gut, not in our brain. And so if this is not being produced adequately, no wonder we feel blah.
That's really interesting. But you mentioned that your children having some symptoms of gut issues. I mean, can you expand on that a little bit? What's the personal side and how did you see it manifest and what'd you do to fix it?
Well, the most significant one was my youngest. She had congestive heart failure. She was in the hospital for a very, very long time, pumped up with $53,000 worth of pharmacy bill, if that tells you anything. And most of them were antibiotics, immunosuppressants, and it just tore her gut to pieces. And when she got out of the hospital, she wasn't able to eat normal. She couldn't hardly digest, and bouts of going to the bathroom was like terror. And the we had everything checked. We took her every place we could to get things checked, and they had no answer. And so I started digging. I was going to help my child. And I started digging and found out the issue was stemming in the gut because of the probiotic need, the good bacteria in our gut, the healing that it needed, what foods were going to heal it. And she had no problems whatsoever.
How old was she when all this, when the congestive heart failure occurred?
17 months.
Wow, holy smokes. Wow, amazing. And so how old is she now?
14.
She's 14 now and in good health.
It's great. They told me at that moment when we found out that if she lived long enough to get a new heart, she was going to have one. And she did not have one, and her heart is at great capacity.
Oh, that's fantastic. So I mean, clearly health has been on your mind for a long time. I mean, were you an athlete earlier in life? Were your parents great eaters, or how did you get so concerned about it? Or was your daughter's health issue the primary spur?
We were terrible eaters. My mother had no idea about nutrition, and it wasn't her fault. She just wasn't informed. She didn't have the knowing of what to do. And as I got out on my own and saw my own health struggles with irritable bowel, spastic colon, overweight, feeling terrible, I thought there's got to be something to this. So I was already in my own journey of health when my children came along. But as they came along and had their specific situations, each one of them did, I would learn more, and I would find out how important what we eat is to our quality of life. Quality of life is important. If you've got a fancy car and a $1 million house, none of that matters. You can't enjoy it because it's the quality of your life.
Yeah.
So that's bottom line.
Well, I agree with you 100% on that. Isn't it great, though, if you can have both, right? If you can end up with both aspects of life, you can have all the stuff you want and feel good about it, right? I mean, that's a good goal too. So, Carolyn, let's do some takeaways for the audience, some primary bullet points that are inside your book that you would recommend for them. Go for it. Give us the top 3.
Well, they need to worry about staying away from processed foods. And maybe not, I shouldn't use the word worry. Be concerned, highly concerned about keeping processed foods out of their life. And I know that's very difficult, but it's doable. Difficult, but doable. And stress level. See how you're reacting to the situations around you. Are you reacting in a stressful state every single time that a situation comes along, or are you calmly taking care of life that comes at you? Life comes at everyone, and it's all about how we perceive it and how we deal with what comes our way, because stress really makes a difference in the health of our gut. I know that's probably difficult for some people to wrap their mind around, but it's very true.
Mm.
And then eat the foods that are healing. Eat very clean, simple food, vegetables.
It just doesn't feel as good, though. It feels better to eat a big bacon cheeseburger. I mean, come on, we've been on the road. We're tired. I want a shower, and I want a double cheeseburger in my cab. How do I get my head to start looking for berries and bananas?
Start knowing how you're going to feel. See the vision in the future of how you're going to feel, how you're going to feel in your body, how you're going to feel emotionally, how you're going to look to yourself. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks you look like. Worry about what you think you look like.
Mm.
And make a plan. Start up that crock pot, throw it all in there, and when you get up and you're ready to go, that food's going to be waiting for you and smelling good. And when you smell it, then you're going to be thinking that that's better than a big bacon cheeseburger.
So, Carolyn, do you have recipes in the book?
I do. At the end of the book, I put in a sample 5-day menu plan and some recipes in there to get you started and get your creativity flowing.
Yeah, beautiful. Now, where would someone get the book right now? If they want to buy a copy of it, where would they get their hands on it?
The best place is to go to my website, www.lifecoachservice.net. And all through my website, I've got links to click on or you can go to Amazon. But I say go to my website and check it out first. I've got a lot of information about it. But either way.
And that's Life Coach Service, not services, lifecoachservice.com.
Yeah.
Yes, .com or .net.
Okay, .com or .net. Now, I want to talk about the author journey just for a little bit. I mean, I've written a book. The first book was self-published. I have a second book coming out with a real agent and publisher. Tell me how that writing of this book challenged you and what you took from it, because so many people tell me they would love to write a book, but they just don't have the time, or they just not sure that anyone cares about their idea. What gave you the guts to write the book?
What gave me the guts to write it? What gave me the guts to write it is my passion to get that information out there to these drivers. I care so much, and I can life coach someone one person at a time. But my book can get out there and help so many more people at once than I could ever do one at a time on an hour-to-hour basis. So I am so passionate about getting this information and stop the unnecessary suffering, because these people out there are not able to get their DOT cards because they're in such bad health. They're losing wages. Their company is out a driver because of the DOT card not getting passed, or the physical not being passed. There's negative aspects around this bad health in every direction, and there's no reason for it. All they need is the education and the support and knowing how the process works.
Well, they need some doggone willpower, too. I mean, let's not shortchange that. I mean, they have to want to be sick and tired of being sick and tired of being unhealthy, unhappy, overweight, uncomfortable. Look, I'm a big guy. I'm 300 pounds. I fought with my weight my whole life. I mean, the times when I have been in the best shape of my life is when I got the most sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Right. Yeah, you've got to have determination and motivation, that's for sure. And I'm hoping with my book, because I've got questions at the end of each chapter, very thought-provoking questions. You can't get the answer wrong, don't worry. They're personal questions to yourself to deeply think, where would I be? Where have I been? How did this affect me? And I'm hoping those questions will help them self-examine to put them on the right track.
So how has the trucking community embraced the book? I know you have a contest that's running. Correct me on the date. When does the contest end?
It ends tomorrow, July 20th.
And tell me how the trucking industry has responded to your book.
I have had such wonderful comments. People have been so kind and supportive. I'd like to get a few more reviews on Amazon, but as far as the comments that I've had and the thank yous, and this is an answered prayer, that's all. It's all worth it. All the hard work, all the hours of sleepless nights getting this book done, it's all worth it, just for, even if just one person. I've had many people contact me about it via social media or email, but even if one person did it, it's all worth it.
It's awesome. I mean, when you're connected to purpose, right? I mean, it only takes one person that appreciates what you did. When you're on purpose, that's all you need to keep going.
That's right.
So listen, Carolyn, I appreciate you being on the show Inside Transportation today on Road Grid. I'm so proud of you for the book. I'm happy for the success of it. I wish you incredible success, because as you sell more copies of the book, it means you, us, people who care about the transportation industry, we're helping more truckers, and that's what it's all about. So congratulations to you and your journey, and for really having the guts to write a book called Gut Instinct to help truckers get healthier guts. And to your point, too, it's not just for truckers, it's for anybody.
That's right.
So we wish you the best of luck with it. Until the next time we talk, thanks for everything.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it.
You guys, my pleasure.
Bye.